Good morning, my name is Annalyn and I will be your international tour guide for today. Let me take you to one of the exciting countries in the world, Australia.
Australia's total land area is 7.692 million kilometers squared. Australia is the smallest continent on Earth but also the sixth biggest country in the world. Australia has no land borders. The country shares maritime borders with East Timor, Indonesia, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, Solomon Islands, and the islands of New Caledonia, a special collectively of France. Due to the huge size of the country, Australia has several different zones. The northern section of Australia has a tropical influenced climate, hot and humid in the summer and quite warm and dry in the winter, while the southern parts are cooler with mild summers and cool, sometimes rainy winters. The Prime Minister of Australia. Incumbent Anthony Albanese. Born on March 2, 1963, is an Australian politician who is the 31st and current Prime Minister of Australia. Australia's currency. An exchange rate is a relative price one currency expressed in terms of another currency or group of currencies. For economies like Australia that actively engage in the international trade, the exchange rate is an important economic variable changes and it affects economic activity, inflation, and the nation's balance of payments. The Australia's flag. The 5 white stars of the flag in the flag represent the Southern Cross. The Southern Cross or Crux is the brightest constellation visible in the Southern Hemisphere and has been used to represent Australia and New Zealand since the early days of British settlement. Edward Kelly. Hanged in Melbourne on November 11, 1880, came at the end of long tradition of Australian bushranger who attained the status of folk hero, but he was the only one who transcended such localized to become Australia's sole national hero. Dress or costume. Language or dialect. Australia legally has no official language. Australian English is a relatively new dialect of English English and is over 200 years old. Australian English can be described as a new dialect that developed as a result of contact between people who spoke different, mutually intelligible varieties of English. The current leaders of Australia. Prime Minister of Australia, the Honourable Anthony Albanese MP. Leader of the Opposition, the Honourable Peter Fulton MP. Deputy Prime Minister, the Honourable Richard Marles MP. Deputy Leader of the Opposition, the Honourable David Littleproud MP. Leader of the Government in the Senate, Senator the Honourable Penny Wong. Leader of the Opposition in the Senate, Senator the Honourable Simon Birmingham. Speaker of the House Representatives, the Honourable Andrew Wallace MP. President of the Senate, Senator the Honourable Slade Brackman. Australia's Head of State, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. The Governor-General, the Honourable David Hurley. The country is also rich in culture and tradition. Meat pies at the footy. Just like baseball games and hot dogs, meat pies go hand in tomatoes married hand with the game of footy. You'll either love them or hate them, but there's no denying the importance of 4 and 20 meat pie. Schoolies. A tradition since 1970s, schoolies symbolizes freedom and fun. The Macca's Run. No matter how sophisticated, always ends with a night trip to Macca's McDonald's or a stop at a greasy kebab shop or sketchy-looking van. This post-party snack is a ritual known as a Macca's Run. The culture of Australia. Australia's main values support equal rights and equal opportunity. Australia's indigenous people are the oldest living civilization on Earth. Moreover, if you have planned to visit the place, one is encouraged to try there. Chicken Parmigiana. Barbecue snacks, aka sausages. Lamingtons. Pavlova. And pumpkin soup.
Located between the Pacific and Indian Oceans, Australia is the world's largest island and its smallest continent. There's room to move in the land down under, and with so many sights to discover and enjoy, there's a great incentive to go on a walkabout adventure. Whether exploring the traditional lifestyle of the nation's Aboriginal people, relaxing on a sun-kissed beach, or reveling the night away in a city hotspot, Australia has something special to offer every visitor. Here's a look at the best places to visit in Australia. Number 10. Cairns. For its tropical climate, easygoing ambiance, and close proximity to the Great Barrier Reef, Cairns is one of Australia's most popular vacation destinations. Located on the northwest corner of Australia, Cairns is a provincial but stylish city with a population of around 150,000 people. Few coastal destinations feature more wildlife diversity and more opportunities for travel and adventures than pretty cairns. Number 9. Adelaide. A laid-back city with a peaceful atmosphere, Adelaide's quiet streets are lined with bars, which make it a surprisingly fun place to go out in. Nicknamed the City of Churches, the lofty spires dotted around here and there add to the picturesque nature of Adelaide. And there are lots of nice parks and green spaces for visitors to enjoy. Surrounded by verdant land, which is perfect for cultivating vineyards, make sure to try some of the refreshing wines before you head off on your travels. Number 8. Tasmania. The island state of Tasmania may be isolated from the rest of the country, but it still remains one of the best places to visit in Australia. Almost half of its area is protected as the government looks to preserve the natural riches. With desolate wilderness and alpine plateaus interspersed with stunning white beaches, waterfalls, and forests, exploring its terrain is simply mesmerizing. Taking a boat trip along its craggy coast is equally rewarding, and you can even see dolphins, penguins, and seals along the way. Number 7. Perth. Located on Australia's southwestern coastline, Perth is the country's 4th largest city and is capital of Western Australia. Isolated from other major cities in Australia, Perth has developed its own unique character. A youthful place, Perth is nearly always bathed in sunshine, and its stunning beaches are perfect for kicking back and relaxing on. Away from the beach, there are lots of outdoor activities for you to enjoy. With a huge variety of bars, cafes, and restaurants, isolated Perth is the perfect getaway to the rest of the West. Number 6. Brisbane. A popular tourist destination, Brisbane is a lively, dynamic place that is bathed in beautiful sunshine year-round. Located in the Sunshine State, many visitors stop by on their way to the fantastic resorts and beaches that lie to its north and south. Set alongside the Brisbane River, the city's fantastic climate means that outdoor activities are very popular here. A fun and friendly city, Brisbane's vibrant music scene has made it one of the music capitals of the world, and there are lots of venues in town where you can enjoy a great show. Number 5. Kakadu National Park. Occupied by Aboriginal people for over 40,000 years, Kakadu National Park has over 5,000 ancient rock art sites, which are fascinating to visit. It is a place of immense cultural and natural significance. The park is huge and contains some stunning natural sites which make it well worth a visit. With diverse ecosystems contained within the park's boundaries, you can be hiking through deserted sandstone escarpments one minute and bathing in waterfalls and pools the next, before later on learning about some of the ancient rock paintings. Number 4. Melbourne. Second only to Sydney, Melbourne is a cool cosmopolitan city that is considered by many to be Australia's capital of culture. With lots of great art galleries, some fantastic museums, and a lively music scene, there is always something to see or do in the country's second largest city. Due to its high quality of life, citizens from around the world have flocked to the streets. Its multicultural population is reflected in the delicious cuisine on offer and the unique neighborhoods that make it such a fascinating place to explore. Number 3. Great Barrier Reef. The largest coral reef system on the face of the Earth, the Great Barrier Reef is simply colossal. Stretching for over 1,400 miles, it is remarkably visible from space, with 900 islands dotting this enormous ecosystem. Snorkeling and scuba diving are the best ways to experience the joys of the rich underwater world, while boat trips, kayaking, and even helicopter rides offer another view of the reef's gargantuan proportions. Gently sailing through the perfect turquoise waters, dolphins, sea turtles, and the reef itself visible below the waves is an unforgettable experience. Two, Uluru Kata National Park. World-famous spectacular Uluru is instantly recognizable due to its ruddy red hue. The immense rock is one of Australia's most prominent landmarks, and the main reason the national park is such a popular destination. The equally mesmerizing rock formations of Kata Tjuta are fantastic to wander around, and there are lots of activities to enjoy. Owned by the Anangu Aboriginal people, the site is of great spiritual significance to them. You can learn more about their way of life at the Cultural Center. Number 1. Sydney. Almost picture perfect. Sydney is a fantastic city with a lot going for it. A modern city with a long history, Sydney is defined by its scenic harbour. The region's first inhabitants lived along the harbour's bank for thousands of years. Today, ferries take visitors for cruises under the famed Sydney Harbour Bridge and past the iconic Sydney Opera House. Beautiful Bondi Beach is a must-see also when visiting Sydney as well. Surrounding the city, there are a number of brilliant national parks for visitors and locals alike to enjoy, as well as some interesting and educational historical sites.
I hope that you have learned and get to know more about Australia. Thank you so much for listening.